Something I get asked a lot is, do I really have to go to the gym? And the answer is, of course, you don't have to go to the gym. So if you're a runner, playing Gaelic football, Hydrox, you're busy working during the day, family, all that type of stuff, it's not always possible to drive to the gym, look for parking, wait around, looking for machines, doing some program you've seen online. And I know everybody has to try and make a bob, but the gym really isn't a necessity for you to go to. A lot of people have competitions coming up, whether it's Hydrox, whether it's the Kerryway Ultra, football games, whatever, and you're trying to do that little extra bit. What I'm suggesting is you start accumulating little small bits after your training sessions. That's going to take possibly 5 minutes. The main focus of it is kind of core, hip mobility, isometric strength. And I'm going to put up 3 different workouts, all to keep about 5 minutes to do over the next few days. So I'm going to start now with a very isometric centered routine here. I'm going to set the clock for 30 seconds of each, and I'm going to try and explain as best I can what's happening during each exercise. So first one here, I'm going to have my wrists turned out slightly to take pressure off. I'm going to have my shoelaces facing into the ground, elbows straight, and my shoulders out past my hands as far as I can. So I'm trying to keep my tummy pulled in, my legs squeezed together, and the whole purpose here is I'm trying not to move. Even when I breathe, even when I talk, I'm trying to keep my tummy tight. I'm trying to keep my shoulders protracted, pushing the floor away, legs squeezed together, and holding on to this shape as best I can. So we're starting at 30 seconds of each exercise, and the aim will be to build up to a minute of each. So the second exercise is just a simple side plank. My feet are stacked, hand is under my shoulder. If this is difficult on the wrists right now, you could easily do it on your elbow for now and eventually progress. So I'm getting my shoulder engaged here, creating stability. I'm deliberately contracting these oblique muscles on the side, and I'm just trying to hold this shape for the 30 seconds. So you'll see my arm will start to shake in a little while when it starts to get tired, and that's okay, but the whole purpose is trying not to move the whole time while you're here. So again, if this is difficult on the wrist, you could easily do it on the elbow. I'm pushing the ground away, keeping these muscles engaged all the time. Feet are stacked, and trying to keep that belly tight even when you breathe. So 30 seconds isn't really a long time. What I would suggest is to add 2 seconds every day until you can build up to the minute. So next exercise here is this tabletop position. So what's really important here is my glutes are squeezed. My hips are as high as possible. Now I wouldn't have the best hip extension in the world, so some people be able to get their hips a lot higher than this. I'm also extending through the shoulders, keeping those hips as high as possible. Probably start to feel the hamstrings and glutes cramp a little bit. Shouldn't feel it in my lower back. Okay, so the next position is probably the most difficult. So in gymnastics, this is a hollow hold. So my lower back is pulled to the ground, belly is sucked in. I've got tension from my toes right through to the tips of my fingers. So I'm reaching them both as far away from each other as possible. And again, even when I breathe, I'm trying to keep that belly pulled down. So progression would be to lower the feet, lower the hands. Regression would be to close up the hands and the feet closer together. Next one is I'm going to swivel forward on my belly. Really important here to keep the backside squeezed all the time. You really don't want to feel this in the lower back. And I'm trying to keep my chest off the ground. My palms are facing the ceiling, so my shoulders are rotated, and I'm keeping a squeeze on in my upper back. Toes pointed far away, legs squeezed together. 3, 2, 1. Okay, next position here, just a simple lunge position. I'm deliberately straightening my leg away behind the body so that hip is extended. Front leg trying to keep this 90-degree shape. Just watching that the knee is always tracking slightly out, so I'll face the other way when I'm doing the left leg. So you'll see what it looks like. So as you start to tire here, the knee will want to wander inwards, but you're always fighting to keep it outside. So this is what it looks like on the left. Back hip is extended. This knee is tracking towards the baby toes. If any direction, it'll try to wander inwards as I get tired. So again, I'm deliberately extending the back leg. And again, just holding for that 30 seconds. So the next exercise, a lot of people will confuse that it's about balance, which it is a little bit, but it's mainly about the ability to turn on these muscles on the outside of the hip and create that stability. So my chest is long, back leg is long, trying not to slouch. So I'm slightly extended throughout the thoracic spine, and my foot is fighting really hard to create its optimal tripod position. So you'll see when I face the other direction that the arch is trying to lift all the time. And again, we're trying to create stability. So a lot of this tendon strengthening is about creating stability in the joints. So this is an easy enough routine. Hard to think right now, but I think it's 12 different 30-second rounds we've held. So that's probably 6 minutes is all it's going to keep after your session. And the whole objective here is to strengthen those tendons.